Hey y'all, have you ever got up on a Sunday morning, wanted something that was very filling, delicious, and didn't take too long to make for breakfast? Well, today I'm going to show you a real Southern Tennessee breakfast. This is something that my mom used to make on a Sunday morning, and I loved it, and I think y'all will too. So stick with us, and we're going to show you how to make cornmeal gravy with fried potatoes, scrambled eggs, and bacon. Now, if that's not a stick to your ribs type of breakfast, I don't know what is. Welcome to Back Porch Cooking and Reminiscing. I'm Roger, and I sure am glad to have y'all here with us today. So sit back, get ready to see how we make cornmeal gravy. Think y'all are going to enjoy it. So first thing that I did was I fried us a little bit of bacon so we'd have some bacon grease to cook our potatoes in. And so now we're ready to dump our potatoes in this skillet and get them started frying. All right, so we got that in there. We're just gonna get us a spatula here and just kind of move them around just so we know that everything's got some grease on them. And the reason we're doing the potatoes first is because it does take a while for our potatoes to cook, so we want to get them done. And so we're going to let those cook, and then we'll be back when we get pretty close to having our potatoes ready. All right, y'all, so our potatoes are looking beautiful. So they're really close to being ready to take up. Now, I did go ahead and salt and pepper them there a minute or two ago. And you could also, if you wanted to, you could put onions in there. I didn't want to do onions, but you can if you want to. But they're going to be ready here pretty shortly. So we're ready to get started on the gravy, cornmeal gravy. So basically, making cornmeal gravy is pretty much just like making flour gravy. We're starting with some bacon grease and some lard. Now, if you want to use all bacon grease, you can. Just totally up to you how you want to do it. But we've got our cast iron skillet there. It's got the oil and the lard and the bacon grease in it. So now we're just going to add some of our white lily buttermilk cornbread mix. Now again, if you want to do just regular cornmeal, you can, but we're going to do our regular cornmeal mix. So we're going to put some in there, and then we'll see where we're at as to whether we need to add any more or not. Now, since we're using cast iron, I'm gonna just take a fork, but just use the back part of your fork. Don't use the sharp part. And then just stir this around just like you would if you were making flour gravy. And we want to brown it because, again, just like with flour gravy, you want the cornmeal taste to cook out of it. Now, I've got this set on about a 3, so we're real low on the temperature here. And if we need to, we can turn it up, but I don't want us to have to turn it down because we're burning it, because it's pretty much ready to put some milk in right now. Well, first we're going to put us some seasoning in it, salt and pepper. So we'll grab that salt and pepper, throw a little bit of that in there. Remember, we can come back and salt it some more once it's done, but if we put too much in it, then we can't do a lot with it after that. So let's get that stirred around in there. Oh yeah, it's browning up good. Now, the browner you get your cornmeal, the browner that your gravy is going to be. So if you don't want your gravy brown. If you want a more of a white, then don't brown it as much as I've browned this. All right, now we're ready to pour milk in. Now this all happens pretty quick, so you gotta be prepared. All right, we're just gonna pour milk in there. All right, we're gonna put a little bit of milk in, and we're gonna start stirring and just see where we're at because, again, too much milk, we got a problem. So just put you a little bit in there and then start to stir. And now we can turn our heat back up a little bit. We're gonna go to about a 4.5, but you just got to keep stirring on it. And you're gonna see it'll start to thicken up here in a minute. And it'll do the thickening on its own. Alright, while we're waiting on that to thicken up a little bit, I'm going to get over here and turn our potatoes again, as they are mighty close to being done. Oh, they are looking beautiful. Alright, I'm going to turn our heat down on those potatoes because they are pretty much done. So I'm going to just take it down to a low temperature just to keep them warm. All right, our gravy's starting to thicken. So we're just gonna stir it and stir it. That's the main thing with gravy, is that you have to stir it constantly. You can walk away for a few seconds, but you can't walk away for any long period of time. All right, it's starting to thicken up nicely. And you can see it's starting to bubble. Oh, it's smelling so good. Now, if y'all hadn't ever had cornmeal gravy before, if you make this, you're in for a real treat. Now, flour gravy's good. I love flour gravy too. All right, we're going to turn our heat down just a little bit more. We're going to take it down to about a 2.5. But flour gravy is great. Nothing wrong with it. I love it. But there's just something special about this cornmeal gravy. Okay, and as you can see, it's getting good and thick. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that heat off to that. We may still have to add a little more milk to it to get it thinned down if it thickens up too much, but that will be fine if we have to. All right, y'all. That's really all there is to making cornmeal gravy. All right, y'all. So we got our gravies done. Our potatoes are done. We're going to whip us up some scrambled eggs here real quick. I got 3 eggs in here. Just a little splash of milk, some salt and pepper. That's it. So we're going to whisk that up here and get it ready to go in the pan. And once these are done, it won't be too much longer till we will be ready to have a taste. My mouth is already watering. I've tasted the gravy. It's awesome. So, all right, we got our eggs ready there. So we're just going to pour them into this little skillet. All right, turn our camera up there where you can see what's going on with that. So we got those in there. And we'll just wait on them to get ready. And it shouldn't take them but just a few minutes. Now, I don't know if y'all always put milk in your eggs. You can use heavy cream, half and half, just whatever you want. But I think that it makes the eggs much better if you've got a little something in there with them. And of course, like I say, I only always use salt and pepper. That's all I really ever put in my eggs. And so we should have these here in just a few. So our eggs are done. They're beautiful, light, no dark brown spots on them. So they are ready. Our potatoes look delicious. And they're good and crispy. So they're ready, and our gravy's ready. So next thing we need to do is to put a plate together. All right, y'all. So there's a shot of everything. We got our potatoes here, our eggs over there, and check out this gravy. Now, this is a little thick, but that's how I like mine because that way it sticks to whatever it touches. But that is delicious. Like I say, I've already tasted it, so I know it's good. And we're going to put us a plate together. All right, y'all. So there's our finished plate. We got our bacon. We got our toast with some cornmeal gravy on it. A little bit of cornmeal gravy on the potatoes, a little bit on the eggs. In my opinion, you just can't ever have enough cornmeal gravy. So this is some good stuff, and we're getting ready to give it a taste test. So the first thing I'm going to try is going to be some of our toast with the egg. Then we're going to try potatoes. So here we go. Mm, mm, mm. Y'all, like I said, this right here is Sunday morning, stick to your ribs type of food. It's just great. And I hope y'all will try this recipe. As I tell y'all all the time, make it for your family, share it with your friends. Y'all are going to love this. If you've never had cornmeal gravy, this is going to be something that you're going to wonder why you hadn't done this a long time ago. All right, y'all. So remember, hit that like, subscribe, share the video. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe. And hope y'all have a great day. And we will see you next time.